California's homelessness epidemic is both a consequence of the housing shortage and a distinct governance challenge in its own right. The 2024 federal count estimated about 180,000 homeless Californians on any given night, roughly a quarter of the national total in a state with 12% of the population. Los Angeles County alone has more than 75,000 unhoused people, and the growth has been concentrated in unsheltered homelessness, people living on streets, in encampments, and in vehicles. The structural drivers interact. The most fundamental is the housing market itself. When rents are high and vacancies are low, a household that loses its housing has nowhere to go. The second is the inadequacy of mental health and substance use treatment. A substantial share of the chronically homeless have serious mental illness or addiction, and treatment capacity falls far short of demand. The third is a debate over service models. With strong research support for housing-first approaches that provide stable housing without requiring treatment compliance, though public opinion often demands visible behavioral requirements. What makes this a governance crisis is extreme fragmentation. The state provides most of the funding but delivers no services directly. Counties run the actual mental health and treatment systems, but their capacities vary enormously, and cities bear the most visible political costs. Residents see the encampments but typically lack the service infrastructure and jurisdictional authority to address the root causes. So responsibility is diffused across every level of government, and no one can be held solely accountable. The legal landscape shifted dramatically in 2024. For 6 years, a federal ruling called Martin versus Boise had barred cities from enforcing anti-camping laws when no shelter was available, on the theory that you can't criminalize sleeping outdoors when a person has no choice. But in June 2024, the U.S. Supreme Court reversed that in City of Grants Pass versus Johnson, ruling that anti-camping ordinances don't violate the Eighth Amendment because they target conduct, not the status of being homeless. Within 30 days, Governor Newsom issued an executive order directing state agencies to clear encampments, and dozens of cities renewed enforcement. Civil liberties groups responded with new legal theories, leaving continuing uncertainty. California's biggest policy responses are Care Court, a new civil court process letting families and providers petition for court-supervised treatment plans for people with serious mental illness, and Proposition 1, a narrowly passed 2024 measure authorizing over $6 billion in bonds for mental health facilities and housing,